You're now tuning in to Fatima Bey, the MindShifter. Get ready to shift your thinking and turn it into success.
Hello, and thank you for listening. Are you ready to think? I hope you have your thinking caps on, because I'm about to take you on a journey if you're willing to listen. Today's message is entitled Pizza. Now, most of us love pizza. I know I like pizza, and I get in moods for it. And after this message, I'm probably going to want some pizza today. And so, how do you like your pizza? I know I like my pizza with lots of cheese and, pretty much a lot of toppings too. I like it a little bit crispy on top. I love a good greasy pizza. Good old-fashioned New York style pizza is my favorite. So you might like your pizza differently. So let's talk about different types of pizza, just a few. So there's Chicago style, which is a deep dish style. There is, New York style, which is a big foldable thin crust. And then you have California style, which is typically a lot of fresh, non-traditional ingredients, a semi-thin crust. And then you have Sicilian style. I know people that love this one. A thick crust, and it's rectangular. And I know some people that will only eat pizza if it's Sicilian style. And then you have St. Louis style, which is one of my favorites too, because it's a wafer thin crust. I mean, super thin. I love a really thin crust because I like toppings more than crust. And some people like crust more than toppings. Then you have stuffed crust. Oh, that's one of the best pizza inventions in my opinion. Oh yes, stuff that crust with some cheese. And then you take the pizza off of the pie, and you got all this gooey cheese coming out. Oh yeah, that makes me happy. Now some of you don't like that, but I do. And then you can have all kinds of toppings on your pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, peppers, onions, mushrooms, ham or pineapple, anchovies, bacon, broccoli, spinach. You can have garlic sauce, tomato sauce, buffalo chicken. I've seen ziti on pizza. Oh my God, I could go on and on and on. All the different kind of pizzas that are out there, right? We've all seen them. Now, have you ever had those conversations with your friends? Oh my God, how do you like your pizza? Well, I want pepperoni. Oh, I don't like pepperoni. I don't eat pork. All right, what about beef? Oh, I don't eat meat. What about, I don't like olives. What about anchovies? Ew, it's salty. I don't like it. There's always going to be somebody who does or doesn't like something on pizza toppings. You ever have those little, you've seen them on social media, those little arguments about what you like on your pizza toppings. Oh my God, if you like ham and pineapple, we can't be friends. You people are weirdos. Just hilarious little arguments on social media about pizza toppings. Well, the reason it's hilarious is because people really do like different things on their pizza. And you know what? I could go on and on and on with all different kinds of pizzas. So what? We all like our pizzas differently. Yeah, so what? No big deal. Order pizza however you want. I've never gone into a shop where someone's like, what? You like olives on your pizza? Well, I'm burning this whole place down, because we all have different, tastes, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, like I said, we all have different tastes when it comes to pizza. And we all like different toppings rather. But sometimes, do we argue over what's best for toppings? Sometimes some people do. But the truth is, it's all about your own flavor. It's all about your own taste. And we all have different tastes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you liking olives and cheddar on your pizza when I like pepperoni and bacon on mine, or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. We have different tastes, and that's okay. It doesn't make you bad because you like something different than me. You have a different taste palette than me. That doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you stupid. And neither does it make me wrong or stupid, because we have different tastes when it comes to pizza. We have different opinions on some subjects in life. Now, we can argue about our pizza toppings. But let me ask you this. Are we arguing over pizza toppings while the pizza shop is burning down? I'm going to ask you that again. Are you arguing over pizza toppings while the pizza shop is burning down? You see, how often do you think that we do this? We will argue over things that matter in a minor way and ignore the things that matter in a larger way. If there is a fire starting in the kitchen of the pizza shop, does your pizza top matter in that moment? No. Putting out the fire does. But how often do we do this in life? How often are we arguing over minor things while we are ignoring the bigger things that matter more? Now see, your pizza toppings, they matter very much when you're ordering your pizza and you want it to your liking. I mean, you're paying for this food, you want it to be how you want it. So sure, you should get the pizza toppings you want. But if the shop is burning down, don't stay arguing about pizza toppings instead of putting out the fire. How often are we doing this? How often are you doing this in different areas of your life? You see, we argue over things sometimes that are minor. They don't matter in the bigger picture. So, with the example of pizza toppings, sometimes we are arguing over things that only matter 20%, but we give them the importance placement of 80%. Are you doing that at your are they doing that at your child's school? Yeah, we see that happen a lot. And it's different everywhere you go. But it happens a lot in schools. Are you arguing over pizza toppings while the school is burning down? And it's not that the pizza toppings don't matter. But let's deal with the school burning down first, and then we can talk about the pizza toppings. Let's deal with the bigger issue first, that have a bigger impact, that matter more. And then let's talk about the smaller things that are housed under them. Are we focused on the smaller things while ignoring the bigger things? You see this happen in politics all the time. Some people call it squirrel. They distract you by getting you to argue over something that's less important than the bigger issue. And it's not that the squirrel isn't there or that the squirrel doesn't matter. But it matters a lot less than the whole place that's burning down. Is this happening in different areas of your life? At your child's school? Is this happening at work? Are you harping over something that is small that does matter, but you're giving it an importance placement of 80% when it really is just 20%? Are you taking something that matters 80% and giving it the placement of 20%? I want you to really listen to that. I want you to really think about that. I want you to really examine today. Are you arguing over pizza toppings while the whole shop is burning down? Or do you do this at your club or your group that you belong to? Now, this could be a book club. It could be a moose club. It could be church. It could be whatever. Whatever group you belong to. Are you arguing over minor things while ignoring and giving no attention to the bigger things? And those bigger things that you're ignoring, they are little fires that are going to burn the whole place down while you argue over pizza toppings. You see, you could sit there and argue over pizza toppings while there's a pot holder right next to the stove that is about to light on fire. But you're too busy arguing over pizza toppings to see that a fire is about to begin. So the little tip of that pot holder begins to inflame. You're still arguing over pizza toppings. Now that flame has turned into a bigger flame. You're still arguing over pizza toppings. Now that flame has caught on to the placemat that was next to it, or the apron rather, the apron that was next to it. Now the fire's bigger. You are still arguing over freaking pizza toppings. Now that fire has caught on to the walls. You are still arguing over which pepperoni is better. Now that fire has spread to the whole kitchen, and you still talking about whether or not you should have Hawaiian pizza or not. Do you get my point? I want you to picture that. Am I arguing over minor things while my whole relationship is burning down? Are we arguing over the curtains or the way the living room is set up while my whole marriage is burning down? We do this very often in relationships. What you're arguing about, that's the minor thing. The bigger thing is what you're not talking about. That's the fire that's starting to burn the whole thing down. Deal with that instead of arguing over petty, dumb stuff, minor stuff. Some of it isn't even dumb, it's just minor. Are you arguing over pizza toppings while the whole shop burns down? In your relationship, is it more important that you're right while that fire is burning and burning down, about to burn down your whole relationship? I want you to think about that today. There are so many different ways in which you can apply this principle to every single part of your life, personal or professional. It applies. Don't argue over pizza toppings while your whole shop burns down. We do this all the time in society. We argue when we don't have to. Sometimes our opinions are going to be different, and they'll just simply have to agree to disagree. And it's okay. It doesn't have to be the end of the world. But the energy you're spending on arguing is the energy you could be using to stop the shop from burning down. But you can't see it because you're too busy arguing about minor things. You're too busy focused and obsessing over the tiny things, and you're ignoring the bigger things. Don't let pizza shops burn down around you while you argue about pizza toppings. Next time you see pizza, I want you to think about that. The next time you lay your eyes, the next time you bite into that crispy, delicious pizza, I want you to think, am I focusing on pizza toppings while I should be paying attention to the shop and making sure it doesn't burn down? I want you to think about that. Examine your life. Examine your surroundings. Examine your school. Examine your society. Examine the local political arena wherever you are. Examine your school. Examine the school board. I want you to examine everything. And I want you to start to think in terms of what matters most. And sometimes it's helpful to give it a percentage. That's why I mentioned percentage, because sometimes I'm a numbers person. So I used to teach math. So I think in terms of numbers all the time. So assigning a number to something means more to me than just talking about it. So you might want to just say, am I looking at something that matters 30%, but I'm making it matter 70%? You might want to balance that out. I want you to examine every single part of your life. And I want you to ask yourself, am I arguing over pizza toppings while the whole pizza shop burns down? Now, my hopes are that today I left you with some really good thought seeds, and that you go home and you water them, give them some sunlight and let them grow, and help you to make some changes and prosper in your own life. After all, that's the entire point of me doing this. I'm Fatima Bey, the MindShifter. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please email me at radio@fatimabey.com. That's radio@fatimabey.com. And once again, I thank you for listening, and I hope you have a blessed rest of the day.
Tune in next week for another segment of Fatima Bey, the MindShifter. For more of her teachings, subscribe to her YouTube channel at Fatima Bey, the MindShifter.